All right, CSS battle time. We have a cross with a square. All right. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we can do this with one conic gradient. Might be a little crazy, but I've seen it before where this cross shape was created using a conic gradient. And what it is you have where it's 3/4 white and then this, but because of how you size and position the gradient, you know, it's sized to like right here, and the way it repeats, or it's maybe it's this way. It starts here and go, you know, however we position it and size it, it's possible to make this shape with a conic gradient. And then what I could do is size the body to be this square here and just add a border, probably a border, or a box shadow inset or something to fit it down in here. And the conic gradient will be so big that you just see the black, regardless of the sizing. So let's go ahead and do that template. Let's start first by selecting the HTML only so that we can get that sorted before we move to the body. All right, background is a conic gradient. And how, I can't decide whether I want to change the degrees of where it starts or the position. I know I have to size it, that's for sure. If I started in the middle, okay, let's just start with like the shortest gradient I can think of is doing this to 25%, and then we do the white 0. Okay, right? Now we can say at, let's put a comma here, 200 pixels, 210, 250. Okay, that's about, and we're getting there. 240, and move it up 50 pixels. Nope. We'll want to change this to some other unit of measurement so that it's not, you know, quite as verbose. I feel like we can do percentages maybe, or VW, viewport units would be less, but that's good enough. Let's go ahead and start with that. The only downside with that, this right here, is when if I did do the body, it would be moved off the body doing it this way. So, all right, let's come over here and let's do the sizing, 200 pixels, 100 pixels. Size first. Let's see. No, that's position, because we're overwriting this. It's still, yeah. Let's go 0/100. Okay, we should get a grid. That's position and then size. So, oh, it's only 100 pixels by 100 pixels. We're pushing it completely out with this right here. So it won't work. So let's go 150 by 150, 250 by 250. There we go. We're seeing something now. Okay, because I pushed it all the way over, like I did, it's having a fit. All right. So we want it to be 0, 0. Yeah, that ends 100. Yeah. Okay. Deciding how I want to position it. I think what I'll do is we are, all right, so we sized it. Okay. All right. All right. So I want to have it 200 by like 150. And then we want to position it with this, negative 100 pixels. And you see how we're getting a cross shape now. I just need to get it properly placed. All right, that's up and down. So I think what I might want to do is flip these colors. I'll have an easier time with it. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and take actually this. Control X, hit. This is going to be 75%. Control V, and then we can just change that to 0. Okay. Moth. That was annoying. Okay. So now, if I do 0, oops. If I do 0, yeah. And then it should be top right corner, right? It's not. Because of my sizing? I think it's because of the sizing. That's left to right. So I think this needs to be 200 to make it half. Probably more than that. If that changes, yeah, that's it. It's my sizing. Okay. But that's too tall. It's too tall. It needs to be like 150 to be half. All right, let's position it. Okay. Stretching it that way. Perfect. Okay. Wonder why. Is it because I'm positioning it with this one? It's not stretching. What I want to do is I want to make a gradient that is half the size of the screen, right? And then this corner is black. That's what I want to be doing. I might have to go back to the at selection here. I think this is the limiting factor because this positions what it should be in the screen, and then that actually positions where the gradient starts. So I need the gradient to actually start at a different spot. 0. No, I don't want to start it at 0, but like 50 pixels and 50 pixels. Okay. So 50 and 50. Positioning there, it should be 200 by 150. Let's go negative 50, and it disappears. Okay, good. 150. Okay. Getting closer. 100. Too much. Okay. 80. That's vertical. No. That's looking a bit better. It's sometimes I get confused. I definitely get confused. 260. Now let's work on that positioning. Okay, that's looking better. 240. Okay, we got the left to right done. Okay, so we got to work these in tandem. All right, and 50. I do 0. Oh, that's not good. 80. 100. It's moving it down. Let's go 150. 60, 170, 180, 100. It's too much. 20, 30. Okay, we're seeing it grow. All right, so I need the positioning to change. Do these in tandem with each other. what am I doing? 100. I think it needs to be like 120. And then let's see, 80. Why isn't this going to the top of the screen? I'm getting like this right shape-ish. I need it up, so we're 100 pixels down? No. Turn off this thing. What this should be describing is where this starts. 160 by 100, right? Or 100, 160 is top bottom, right? No, 160 is left right. If I do 80, okay, let's turn on the diff. Let's see where it moves. 60, yeah, 50. Okay, so then 20, 100, 50. That ain't right. Okay. 80. Okay, so it's repeating that many times. 20, 40, 160. Is it how I wrote my gradient? 75% should come all the way around and then be, so it should be white all the way around and then be black for this last quarter. So that's what I'm trying to position it for this top right quarter and then have it tile. And is that the issue? Because I need it to be the opposite over here. I'm not visualizing this right. I might have to abandon this because I'm spending too long. Yeah, that's getting too big. I'm seeing this wrong. I've done this before, though. I did it once before. It's just been a minute. Maybe I need a repeating conic gradient. How would that work? Then I could just declare two values. No, that won't work. That's not what I want. I do want this grid. I just have to size it properly and position it properly. And once I do that, it will work. Okay, let's look at this again. 140. That is the left right, and I was able to get that proper. Why is this 40, 30, 50? Yeah, but why isn't it stretching all the way up to the top? Nope, good. It's not that. It's going to be something silly, I know it. It's going to be something real silly. Let's just see what happens. Okay, I could push it all the way through a whole cycle, but that's not what I need. I need it to grow vertically. All right, so when I do it real small, it condenses all the way together. Let's see. So it is okay, because I did this, let's put that back to 0. 80, 70, 60, 50. 50 just means there's no spacing because we're at 50 pixels. So let's jump this, yeah. So then if we change this to 80 for our size, 90, we get a space again. Okay. Is that it? So I need like a... All right. Let's try this. 100. What if... Okay, I can get the spacing. 120. Okay, I'm trying to synchronize. Okay, that's controlling my sizing. 120. Let's put this down to 110. Okay, yeah, that's that second block. Okay, so now I need to space out the second block with this as well. All right, we're getting there now. 3 numbers in play, though. This seems like I'm doing it wrong. 220, but we jumped this up to like 180. All right, we're almost there. We're moving moving everything in the right direction at least now. So 190, 180, 190. Need it down to 200. Okay, I need to move that one up 90, 100, nope, 20. Okay. So which one am I off? Everything needs to shift closer by 1. I think... No. This is ridiculous. I need to shift up on the bottom. What is it? No. There that is. What am I doing? I thought I had this. Okay. Ooh. Ha. Ha. Okay. Now that one has to shift down. No. That stays up there. Is it this one that shifts it down? And then I think it shifted both down. Oh. Yeah, the top one went down too far. Okay. Okay. Did I finally... Oh my god, I finally did it. That was dumb. That was ridiculous. That just means I'm not good enough at these yet. No, it was practice. We'll call that practice. How long did I spend just fiddling with that one gradient? Okay. Now though, I either need to wrap this in a variable. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not converting. At this time, I spent too long wrapping this, doing all this. So we're going to wrap these into a variable. Dash p comma, right? So that for the body, I hit a star on this. When we select the body here, we can say dash dash p is 0. There we go, and it ends up being all white. So 100. There we go. All right. 100 by 200. All right. Let's margin this down. Margin. There we go. So that's you see what my strategy was here. It was just make it end up being big ol' yeah. just one big block. Let's see, 120. Let's throw a border on it. Border, 20 pixels, solid, and green. Let's get it positioned. I think once we get this done right, 10. It's not a horrible idea, but it needs refinement, obviously. Okay. Hey. Do I need the pixels on here? I think I do. Yeah, I do. I have to have pixels. I wonder if I can just do Q, though. Yeah, at least I can do Q there easily. All right. Well, I think that'll do it. Let's hit submit and see. I mean, still not a horrible character count, even with all the foibles. Okay. Well, that was kind of fun. That was a learning experience. Definitely could use more practice manipulating conic gradients how I need them to. Alright, we're at 152 characters. That's not too shabby for this. Let's see. Yeah, it's a good way to do it. Alright, that's fun. Catch you later. Bye.